Okay, this is a short video. It's got to do with psychic seduction. It's a very, very brief beginner's guide, if you like, to getting yourself started. It's by no means in depth, but I will go into this subject further in my next few videos, and I'll also go into vampirism, psychic vampirism, and psychic protection. So basically, this one, let's say you want to influence someone that you're very interested in. Let's say it's a woman. Let's say you really want to sway her into dating you, loving you, lusting you after you, that sort of thing. First port of call is to quiet yourself. So the mind needs to stop the internal chatter. So take a moment, just sit down. You can light a little candle if you want. I find candles can be very soothing, and they get me into, the proper state. In order to do this, you need to be able to change your state of consciousness. So that doesn't involve meditation. So it's important to shut down all the internal voices that you get with day-to-day life, the worry, the stress. Just sit, light your little candle. If you don't have to, but if you want to, and just sit there and let everything slow down and just relax and breathe. So what you want to do then is you want to see in your mind's eye a scenario with regards to that woman. You want to see her in your mind, and she's craving you, and she wants you, and she's calling you, and she's doing everything that you want her to do. See that in your mind like a film, because at the end of the day, we do this every day, and we are actually influencing each other every day, and we don't really know it. If that makes sense, yeah. So it's important to do this frequently as well, because the more you do it, the more it will be felt by the other person. It has to, you have to focus, and you have to do it frequently. Visualize it, make it real, make it as real as you can. So let's say, for instance, let's say I have a thing about an ex-partner, and I want to make things right again, and I want him back in my life, and everything, and I want just everything to smooth itself out. So what I do is I will sit down, I'll light my candle, any color, and I'll quieten my mind, and I'll sit. And what I will do is I will see him in my mind's eye, and I will just visualize him calling me, us laughing. I like to use the five senses. So I will feel how it feels like, the butterflies in my stomach, and I'll in my mind I'll visualize picking up the phone and us laughing and joking and having a good time, and then I'll see him coming around to visit me, and let's say we take a walk. I'm just giving you suggestions off the top of my head, and he holds my hand, and I feel his hand. So I'm using touch. So I'm taking in everything. We really need to make this real, because at the end of the day, the more real it is, the more it will work. Always remember that. So we hug, and I smell the aftershave that he wears. So I'm using my senses again, with regards to smelling the aftershave. You don't have to do it that way, but that is how I like to do it. I like to do things like this whenever the person is sleeping. So I normally around the 3 a.m. mark. If I'm doing this for a client, it will be, if you're in the United States, I normally do this around 9 a.m. because then the target is sleeping. Because the defenses are down whenever the target is sleeping, and you're pushing suggestion in, and it's accepted a lot easier, if that makes sense. So I do this quite often for clients. But also, I'll just put this into this video as well. I've mentioned this before in, I think it was in a video quite a while ago, many years ago, when I was training to become a witch, if you like. It was a long time ago, and I was, maybe 19 years old, 20. I was learning and practicing, and the book I was reading was it was either Satanic Witch or the Satanic Bible. I'm not sure which one. I think it was the Satanic Witch. And there was a chapter that was very interesting to me, and at the time I was interested in a man. And what I did was, each night I visualized myself. Now, he was sleeping because I knew his working hours, and he was sleeping, and I would visualize myself walking into his bedroom, standing over his bed. He was sleeping. I could see it all in my mind's eye. You really need to work on your visualization techniques. And I would stand over his bedside, and I would make my suggestions to him whilst he was sleeping. I would touch his face, I would touch his hair, and I would say, "It's me you want to be with. You really want to be with me. You think about me nonstop. Everything between us is perfect. There are no obstacles," things like that. The whole thing was a bit more elaborate than that, because I did call on quite a few spirits as well. That is a ritual that I keep intending to look up, and I will find it if anyone is interested, and I will actually link it. I did use a black mirror, but anyway, you don't even need to do that. That was just the spirits help, but this can still be done without the spirits. It's all to do with the mind and visualization and changing your state of consciousness. Another thing, I'm speaking on behalf of women. For men, if you're doing this kind of thing, it's important for a woman. Women seem to like men who are go-getters, and men that have a bit. I'm trying to find the right sort of words. I've made a few notes, but I just want to say the right thing. Yeah, women. They like strong men as well, and I think a lot of marriages, they fail once they're together. After a couple's together for a certain, marriages go downhill, and I think it's because people get comfortable with each other. And I think the phase before, I know I'm digressing from the last bit of information, but I think that before marriage, and when you are in that sort of honeymoon period and things are magical, then that is the time when things are great and stuff. So if you can bring those emotions, if it's someone you've been with before, if you can bring those emotions into your visualization technique, the things that you felt back then, the excitement of seeing that person, you just couldn't wait for them to come over to see you that evening, or whatever it was. That's the kind of feeling that you need to get going, and whenever you do these type of little meditations. But it's important to push that to the person. So, the way I like to, what I've just said to you is, see the person in your mind, a little like film in your mind of what you want. Don't worry about how you get there. Just see it, everything unfold in your mind. I like to use the senses, but like I just described. But make that person you want to be with. Make that person in your imagination crazy about you. Make that person want to be with you. They think constantly of you, and that will have an effect on that person. And the more you do it, the more it will happen. So I really hope I've made this clear. I know I've jumped around a bit. I just don't want to, leave anything out. But so I'm just, yeah. So it's important when you're with someone, or you're trying to get with someone to make the relationship comfortable. No arguing and no fighting and stuff like that there. You want the person to enjoy being with you. You don't want them to dread coming to see you and things like that. But that just goes hand in hand with common sense. For this sort of thing to make the person think about you, and you want to draw that person in, I recommend that you do that little visualization even every day, for as long as possible, and I do think you will see a change. That person will feel it, because you're sending that out into the universe, and the universe will bring that to you. You're drawing the situation to you. I hope this is making sense. I will go into a bit more depth with regards to the ritual that I did a while ago, all those years back. I'm going to look and see if I've got the book. I've been intending to do this for quite a while, so I'll look and see if I can find that book, and if anyone's interested, I can type it up or go through it on video for you. But yeah, psychic seduction, it's a very powerful tool, very powerful, and you just need to quiet your mind, learn how to shift your consciousness, and honestly, I think you will see a massive change if you really do focus on your little scenarios in your mind's eye, whatever it is you want. Get this down to a fine art, and I can assure you that things will change between you and that person. So I'm going to leave that there, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to get back to me. If anyone is waiting on their video, I will be in touch over the weekend. Apologies, I'm a bit behind as usual. But yeah, so we're gonna change the channel. It's gonna get a bit different sort of direction, and I want to cover more topics like this. I want to sort of move away, like I said, from the honey jars, etc. But I still be offering work for clients, and I will send videos privately, as you know. But I want the actual channel, just to have something a bit different. And I think I'm going to go into psychic vampirism next, and psychic protection from anyone that's coming in to attack you. Also, yeah. So that'll be the next few videos. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, or you can find me in the comment section.